Hi, Ed Griffin here, chairman of the Red Pill Expo. And it's my mission to explain what the Red Pill Expo is and do it in such a way as to convince you to attend our events. Well, for those who are familiar with my work, that shouldn't be too difficult because most of them share my concern and my passion for individualism over collectivism. And to do this, I decided to go back in memory to a journalism class I took in high school a long time ago. I don't recall many of the details except that there were 6 words we had to remember in order to pass the course. And those 6 words were what, why, who, where, when, and how. Okay, so I passed the course. So I'd like to take that outline and use it to tell you as briefly as possible what's going on at the Red Pill Expo. So let's start with what. Well, first of all, the Red Pill Expo is a 2-day conference. It's like most conferences in that regard. We have 18 speakers, so that's different. Now, these speakers are really, they're very powerful speakers. We don't just take somebody because they've got something to sell or a book they wrote. They have to be pretty good at their craft. They have to know what they're talking about. Most of them are professionals in their field. We have a lot of doctors and lawyers and some politicians even, or former politicians. We have defectors from the other side, so to speak. We have teachers, writers, authors. We've got all kinds of people who are experts in their field, and they have discovered in their own lives something about the red pill. That, of course, you know all about, I presume, from the sci-fi movie The Matrix. The whole idea is to discover reality and to dispel illusions. That's what we're all about. So we have 18 speakers that really knock the ball out of the park on that topic. We have about 40 or 50 exhibitors, maybe more this time. Our speakers and our exhibitors and our audience, they get along so great. It's amazing how the exhibitors have become a very important part of the program because these people themselves, many of them are taking or administering red pills of their own in their own field. Anyway, it's a good group of people, and if you know a little bit about what's going on in the world, why you'll feel that you're in the right company. It's your home. So that's the event. 18 speakers, 50 exhibitors approximately. And physical attendance is very reasonably priced. We do that because we want people to attend. This is not about this making money. Now, all of our speakers are donating their time, and some of those speakers get big bucks for their presentations. I'm thinking, well, quite a few of them actually get very big honoraria for their presentations. And but they come here and give their speeches and dump out their hearts absolutely free. All they do is get their transportation and meals, and they do it because they have this passion and they want to get the word out. So the live stream is free. The physical attendance does have a very reasonable price, and we'll get back to that in a moment. But the live stream broadcast, so you can see this in the comfort of your home, the whole thing, nothing is kept out or held back. It's entirely free. So that's a pretty good deal, we think. Our last time we had an event, we had an international audience of, we think we actually approached at one time about 1 million people. That's truly astounding for us, but that's because we're trying to make it as inexpensive and such high quality as we certainly can. So that's what it's all about in a very brief statement. Now, why are we doing this? The slogan for the expo is because you know something is wrong. Well, yes, certainly the people who attend our expo definitely know something is wrong. That's why they come and see if they can find out what it is and see what can be done about it. But it's deeper than that because it's much more than just finding out what's wrong. There are a lot of places you can go, a lot of videos you can see, a lot of podcasts that you can tune into, and you'll find out that something is wrong and you'll get a lot of details. but nothing, usually not very much at least, to do what to do about it, how to fix it. Well, we should do that, and we should do this. That's the solution. Well, let's have this bill passed, or let's have this new formula introduced. There we fixed it. We had an idea. Ideas alone don't stand. You have to have people implementing the ideas, and you have to give them political power besides. So anyway, it's because you know something is wrong, but it's deeper than that. Those who understand the seriousness of our situation understand that in order for us to succeed in fixing the problem, we need certain things that aren't available at present. What are those? Well, we need organization. We need a statement of principles. What do we believe in? What holds us together? Common ground. Most organizations don't have that. All they say, well, those are bad guys over there. We're the good guys. That's all we need to know. And of course, eventually they get infiltrated by the enemy and they fall apart. And they have arguments. They don't know what they believe, really. All they know is who they don't like. And that's not enough. So we need principles. We need a code of conduct, which we have. And above all, a strategy, not just for surviving, not just having food when everybody else is hungry, not just having water when the water won't come out of the pipe, not having 10 tanks full of gasoline or something just for surviving and hiding. That's not enough. That's not going to do it. But for winning, may I use the word winning, that's what we're about. How do we win this battle we're in? That's what we're about, and it's a game changer. You're going to be amazed when you see what we do when we get to that topic. Okay, so that's the question of why we're there. It's unusual. It's a real game changer, as I say. It's quite different from what you get. Everywhere you go, people are talking about, oh, how can I survive? What can I do? They never think about trying to win the war. Well, we do. That's all what we're about. So the next question is who? Well, that could be sort of confusing at first glance, but it's really not so bad. Who are we? Red Pill Expo is sponsored by Red Pill University. And Red Pill University is an outreach project of Freedom Force International, which is the mothership behind the whole shebang. Now, those are three organizations, it sounds like, but actually they're all part of the same movement. But they're deliberately divided into segments that require different levels of interest, different scholarship, different levels of dedication. Not all people are the same. And if you want to have a real movement, you have to have flexibility for people of different interests and different viewpoints, as long as you agree on certain important things. You can't just have a group of people saying, we're the good guys and they're the bad guys. You have to have something to put your teeth into. What are these things that bind you together? For us, diversity is an asset as long as we have unity on principles, on conduct, and on our purpose. Without those things, we will fall apart. I've seen it happen many times in my many years in this battle. I've seen great organizations torn apart because they couldn't agree ultimately on what they believed in commonly. They had different codes of conduct. Some of them wanted to get violent, others didn't. And they didn't really know what they were doing, how to do it, or anything. All they knew is they had to get rid of those bad guys. And of course, they were just mowed down easily by the opposition. Okay, well, those are the three things. Now, where, is another thing, and all the rest, the when and the how, I've scratched out here because those things are always in movement. And by the time you see this message, the where, when, and how, and so forth will probably be changed. You might already be looking at this statement that I'm making. You might be on our website already. But if you're not and you don't know where to go for more information, it's redpillexpo.org. redpillexpo.org. That's where you'll see our current or our last expos that we've had. You can see all of our presentations free, and you can see the new speakers that we're organizing for our next expo. Everything you need is on redpillexpo.org. Okay, I hope that wasn't too long. That's my message, and I'm sticking with it. Now, if you know something is wrong and you want to be part of a movement to see it fixed, come help us do the job. It's as simple as that. It can be done if there are enough of us. We're the 15%. That's all we need is 15% to win this war. And I think we already have that many or more. It's just that nobody knows it. They think they're all alone. We have 15%. We are the ones that have to do it, not somebody else. And so I hope to see you at the Red Pill Expo. Thanks for listening.